Hey guys, welcome to our video. This is John Watts, and we're going to cover a comment that Louise Campbell left, and it's a very good comment. And normally with comments, I'll either type a response or do a video. And in this one, I just typed a response, and then it occurred to me actually this morning, I thought, well, maybe this would be helpful to other people, and maybe for Louise, I can give a little bit more detail or explanation. So the context is in a video that is kind of our preferred dispute letter that we have our clients send to debt collectors. And this can be the situation where you had a debt collector contact you 6 months ago. And so you're well beyond what's called the 1692G validation or verification period of time. Or you may be within that. And that's where the collector sends you a letter and says you've got 30 days to dispute, you got 30 days to request verification, we'll give you the name of the creditor, blah, blah, blah. It really doesn't matter, okay? You can send this letter at any time. And so her question is, are you saying it's good to change the account number when sending in the letter, or it isn't good? And what Louise is talking about here is, in the letter, we suggest that you say, I dispute owing your company any debt. Okay? So we don't put the account numbers in there. And the reason is that I have sent letters, and honestly, I have transposed the numbers. You know, it's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put 1, 3, 2, 4. And I've had clients do that, and potential clients that come to us, and we say, hey, here's a letter, you know, sort of model this, send this, and they type the wrong account number. And then the debt collector gets that and says, well, we don't have account number, 1423. We have 1234. So you didn't dispute account number 123. Now, that's getting a little too cute, but debt collectors will do that. Because if you have disputed that debt, there's implications for your credit report. And also the way the letter is worded, it basically says this: I dispute owing your company any debt. If you think I owe you any debt, send me proof in writing. And don't call my cell phone number, blah, blah, blah. If you think I gave you permission, I'm revoking that. Don't call me at work and you give the phone number. I'm not allowed to get these kind of calls at work. And so it's the starting point. Now, certainly what we've always recommended is if you have more information to dispute, you put that in there. So you could say, it's sort of this generic dispute, right? I dispute owing any debt. But if you know you paid it off 2 months ago, you could certainly add that in there. Hey, and by the way, I paid you off 2 months ago. Check number, 574 for $967, whatever it is. You give the collector more detail. The point is, whether you're within or outside of that debt validation verification window, there still is a psychological pressure put on the debt collector when you dispute it and you say send me proof and they don't send you proof, and then in litigation it turns out you do not owe this debt or they got the amount all wrong. Well, that's a problem because you warned them, you gave them a chance to fix it. So why do we say any debt rather than spell out the specific account number? Because again, we may type it wrong and then that gives them an out. Or it could be that, let's say it's portfolio recovery, and they send you a letter, account number 1234, and you dispute that. You say, I'm disputing account number 1234. So you write it correctly. But the day after you send your letter, they get another account on you. Well, until you know about it, and then until you send a dispute letter, you have not disputed that account. So just sending a letter on a specific account does not dispute all your accounts unless you say that. So that's why we say, I dispute any account that I have with your agency. So any would include all of them, okay? So if we say any account, they go, well, I didn't think you meant the fourth one. I thought you just meant the first three. Well, portfolio, why would you think that? Because any means all. And I mean, you could even add that word, any and all accounts. And so it's just a way to simplify your life if you're doing this. Now, I will say this. If you're sending a dispute to the credit bureaus, you typically need to describe it a little bit better. So you may want to put the account number, or you may want to say, this is the only Midland funding account I have, or this is a LVNV account that's around $3,000 in balance. And the reason that you have to give them a little bit of detail is Equifax is reporting 40 accounts on you. So how do they know what you're talking about? So you specifically identify either by account numbers or by date opened or by balance or whatever it is. But when you're sending directly to a debt collector, I mean, they should know what they have on you, right? They've got your name, they've got your address, they got your social security number, so they should be able to look this up. And if they have any confusion about this, they can ask you. But it's just a simple way. So that's why we do it. Now, if you always type the account numbers correctly, you don't ever make a mistake, well then perfect. You might still want to add in there, in any other accounts that you claim I owe, I'm disputing and request that you send proof. Blah, blah, blah. Just sort of follow the rest of the letter. So anyway, that's the explanation. So Louise, I hope that that's helpful to you, and I hope anybody else who's watching this, that that's helpful. And I just want you to think about this, because here's what happens sometimes is people will have a legitimate dispute, and it's kind of like in a football game and you get to the 1 yard line, you're about to get in the end zone and you fumble the ball. Okay, we don't want to do that. So maybe they prepare the greatest dispute letters and they don't send them by certified mail. And then the company that you're suing says, we never got it. And you can't prove that they got it. Or you put the wrong account number down. They say, oh, well, we didn't know about that account. We thought you meant this other account. And so we're just trying to make things simple and easy. I mean, this is why, for example, I say keep a signed copy, scan it in also. If you have a scanner like a ScanSnap or something on your, at your office or your home, that's great. Or just get a little scanning app on your iPhone, your Android phone, scan it in, keep it up in the cloud. So that if you lose your physical copy, you've got the scan copy. But if you've got your physical copy and it's in a little folder and you've got the green card attached, it just makes life really, really easy. So that's what we're trying to do here, and hope that that's helpful. If you have any questions or comments, as always, put those below and I will do my best to answer them. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.